One thing I can say about my job is every morning I wake up, I really look forward to going to work. And we do the most breathtaking work that you could ever imagine possible, and I want to share it with you. You're gonna see us flying this helicopter down through the trees. You're gonna see us flying on mountaintops, peaks, cliffs, valleys, with people hanging out on the skids. I enjoy working with wildlife and doing the research to protect our habitats for animals. Bighorn sheep and elk and deer and mountain lions, really, really mean big kitties. Firefighting, we're gonna be dropping water on fire, saving houses from becoming engulfed in flame. We're gonna do things and show you things that you've never seen before and you never thought a helicopter was capable of doing.
Here we are off for our big first adventure.
We helicopter pilots have a little story, and it is, if you're married and you're leaving family, whatever you do before you leave is you tell your wife you love her, make sure you tell her how much you love her, and whatever you do not whistle while you pack. All right, enough of that. We got to get back to work.
Este es un helicóptero perrón.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? And welcome to lovely Monterrey, Mexico. And that's the only Espanol I know. You know, my philosophy is, if you gotta go to work, why not work somewhere beautiful? Monterrey, Mexico is one of the most beautiful places on earth, and I'm excited to be here to help the Civil Protection Division of the state of Nuevo León, also known as Protección Civil Estados de Nuevo León.
We take care of the whole state of Nuevo León. We have to be ready to go to every single emergency in the whole state.
I've flown with lots of search and rescue teams, and this is among the best I've seen. They've got great equipment and lots of cool machines to get them into remote areas. They also have some of the coolest flight suits I've ever seen.
You look like a crazy gringo. You know, if you want to fly with us, you need to look perrón.
Perrón.
Yes.
That's professional.
Take this.
All right. Protección Civil, Nuevo León. So I guess it's all about the flash. If you want to look good and work with professionals, you gotta dress good. So, all right, we'll put this on. Jeez, I feel like a NASCAR driver in this thing. When I'm not sitting at the helibase waiting for a call, this is where I hang out. Come on, let me show you. This is Tamales Salinas. This is the best tamales in all of Mexico. Hola, everyone!
De tamales.
They have bean and cheese. They have pollo, which is chicken. They also have carne, which is beef. Anything you want, they have. Look at that. Is that good or what?
While Monterrey has 4 million people within the city, there are many more who live up in these mountain villages. The Civil Protection Unit brings medicines and supplies to these people on a regular basis. They may not have everything that we have in the U.S., but they're catching up. And of course, one thing they do have is me and my helicopter.
You know, I don't really care about the helicopter. What I really care is about the pilot. And I told him I can buy Schumacher's car and I won't be able to do what he does. And I can buy Evel Knievel's motorcycle and I won't be able to do what he does. So the most important, again, it's the people.
They're very proud of this unit, and in a few minutes, you'll see why as they perform one of the most dangerous kinds of rescues that you could possibly do from a helicopter.
You're getting involved in a huge risk, and there's lots of things going on. Just in a few minutes can change everything.
The only way to stay on top of your game when you are a search and rescue team is to practice. And here in Monterrey, there's no easy way to do that. The mountains are huge, the canyons are deep, and every year dozens of people have to be rescued in this mountainous terrain.
Many people come to this beautiful mountain to hike, and we are often called to rescue them because of an accident or bad weather.
In the U.S., people call 911 when they have an emergency. Here in Mexico, it's 066.
Bueno, sí, buenas tardes. Hablo de Protección Civil de Santiago.
The call has just come in, and now it's time to mobilize. A team of 4 from Protección Civil are gearing up for an unknown accident in one of the canyons.
Mientras nos preparan el helicóptero, nosotros 4 que sí vamos a ir se quedan tantito abajo conmigo y ahí yo los voy a ir metiendo inmediatamente uno atrás del otro, ¿ok?
Bell 205 is the perfect helicopter for this mission. It has a huge payload and is able to carry lots of people and equipment. We've got about a 30-minute flight to the canyon, and that's just enough time for the team to try to figure out what they have to do.
Oh my God, this is incredible.
We've spotted what appears to be a fallen hiker. That's the good news. The bad news is that he's almost 500 feet below the ridgeline. There's no way in hell I'm going to put the helicopter down there. So there's only one other option. That's to configure for the long line and sling the rescuers into the LZ.
This situation calls for a long line rescue because of the difficult terrain and because of where the victim is located within these steep canyons.
Approximately a quarter mile from where the fallen hiker is, I've landed the helicopter to configure for the long line mission. Even though this is a training exercise, everything is real. The rescuers have not seen this spot before, and they don't know ahead of time what the severity of the injury is on the ground.
Arriba means up. We just got the Arriba sign. Okay, we're on our way out.
For me, it's all real. Those are real people who are now placing their lives literally in my hands. This is the view from the cable that's holding them and gives you a sense of just how dangerous this maneuver is. If anything should happen to the helicopter right now, well, I don't even want to imagine.
As we hang from the long line, it is very dangerous, and our lives depend on the flying skill of Earl. I trust Earl, and I trust in my fellow rescuers.
These types of rescues are not for the novice pilot because of the complexity of the maneuver. It requires precision on the part of the pilot, and he must be very skilled.
See the flat rock shell upriver? Oh yeah. No, in the bottom of the river. You think straight below us here? Would you like it close or further up? See where the rock spine comes down and makes the little doorway? Yeah.
It's going to be difficult to put the rescuers on the rock next to him to keep them out of the water. I don't want to injure anybody and cause our rescue to go bad.
The team is on the ground safely, and now it's time for me to maneuver the helicopter out of the area.
Okay, it appears like they're stabilizing the victim still as we speak. There's a lot of training and preparation that goes into something like this. This isn't something that we just throw a line on and decide that we're going to go out and perform a rescue.
Now it's time to move back into the LZ and pull the team up. This time, however, I have one more life in my hands and an extra 200 pounds on the line.
My concerns now are going to be the amount of people we have on the line and the close proximity of the canyon walls to where they're at. So when I pull them out of this canyon, I'm going to have to take extreme caution, especially with the winds that are blowing up this canyon.
This requires an immense amount of coordination on my part. The helicopter with a long line is like a giant pendulum. If I'm not steady, the rope could sway wildly and crash the crew into the rock wall.
I owe the success to the mission to the real heroes, which are these people here in Mexico. These guys risk their lives every day to save other people, and to me, they're the true heroes. All I am is the taxi cab driver, and I get them to where they need to be, and they're the real heroes.
Earl flies a helicopter like a lady. She's a smooth ride, and we always like flying with him.
I was able to fly a lot better. If it weren't for this suit, there is no way I'd have been able to long line in that canyon.
I'm sure the gang at Aero West and MSI Leasing are plotting my next assignment, and I hope it's as fantastic as Mexico.